here's my dandy Professor MJ!
Thank you to my son Maverick for the introduction. What's up, Bookie Crushers? It's time for 4 MLB picks for you for August 6th. Alright, let's start by recapping yesterday's action. So I provided 4 more plays to you, and they generated a 3-1 record. Granted, all of them were at negative odds, and by the way, today, 2 out of the 4 picks are at positive odds, so we have a couple of underdogs in the making for today. So a person risking $100 per play yesterday earned a profit of $114. And remember that on Monday, we suffered a loss of $100. So through Monday and Tuesday, we have earned a very tiny profit of $14. Again, by tracking the performance of my plays as if you are risking $100 per game. So let's hope that we continue riding our momentum. It's weird how we have seen in recent weeks that we often lose money on Monday before doing very well from Tuesday to Friday. So let's hope that the trend continues. Now, what about the premium picks for yesterday? I provided 6 of them to my members at mjpicks.com, 2 of which concern the WNBA and 4 about MLB. Now, as you can see on your screen, you can look at the very last column that indicates 1 if it was a win or 0 if it lost. So we picked up 4 wins versus 2 losses. Now, which of them was the famous lobster bet, which means the one that I liked the most? Unfortunately, it was the Marlins first half money line that lost badly against the Astros. So we now own a 9-2 record across the last 11 days. It's still very good, but of course, yesterday's loss left a sour taste in my mouth. And unfortunately, the other loss was the New York Liberty minus 10.5 against the Dallas Wings in the WNBA. They won by a 9-point margin, so we missed by 2 points. And that is the free one that I shared with you in the YouTube comments yesterday. Now, if you're interested, I will share another premium play in the comments below later today. So come back later to get this premium play. So again, my premium picks are the ones that are graded 5 stars out of 5. All right, so let's start with today's pick. And I'll start with an underdog in the Cincinnati-Chicago game. I am backing the Cincinnati Reds money line right now at around 10 a.m. Eastern Time. The best available odds were plus 120 or 2.2 in this small format. You can see the screenshot taken from ESPN Bet, but most bookies had a line around plus 115. And this is a four-star selection, so I like it quite a bit. I believe the ROI is around plus 5%. So to me, it is a good value wager. So here are some arguments supporting this pick. Well, first of all, the Reds qualify under a betting system that I value a lot, which is called the Big Upset number 1. Let me reveal the rules with you. It recommends betting any team that meets the following 3 criteria. First, the team in question must have won its previous game at odds greater than plus 150. Which is why it's called the Big Upset. Then they must be facing the same opponent, and their money line today must be smaller than plus 125. So basically, we don't want the team in question to be a moderate or big underdog because according to historical data, it has not done well under such conditions. Now, in the current case, yesterday the Reds won 5-1 on the back of a strong performance by their newcomer, Zach Littell, who gave up just 1 run across 7 innings of work while fanning 8 batters. Now, the money line on Cincinnati was plus 160, so it was indeed greater than plus 150, so it is viewed as a big upset. Now, obviously, the Reds are facing the same rival, the Cubs, and their money line today, as I just showed to you, is smaller than plus 120. So by following those rules, we must bet the Cincinnati Reds today. Now, what has been the performance of this betting angle in recent years? When I first developed it in 2019, I had data on the 2010 to 2016 seasons, and across those 7 years, it posted a gain of 37.79 units over 261 bets. Then, starting in 2019, I started personally tracking the performance of my 19 systems every single day. And from 2019 to 2022, we had more gains before suffering big losses in 2023. Now we return to our winning ways last season with a small gain of 1.06 unit. And what about the current season, the 2025 campaign? So far, there has been 22 teams qualifying under this betting strategy, and they yielded an 11-11 record for a gain of 1.29 units because we mostly backed underdogs. In fact, the average odds of those 22 wagers this season has been plus 105, and that is 2.05 if you are more familiar with decimal odds. All right, so now the Cubs spent a good portion of the season atop the NL Central Division, but now they find themselves 4 games behind the high-flying Brew Crew. Now the Reds have played above the preseason expectations via a nice 60-54 record. And right now they are only 3 games behind the final wildcard spot. So basically, they are a desperate team, and they hold the pitching advantage in today's contest, in my humble opinion. So Andrew Abbott is set to face Cade Horton. So the rookie Horton owns a good 3.42 ERA, but a quite ordinary 1.29 whip stat. And also Horton has 73 innings of big league experience versus 356 for Abbott. He has more experience. So that gives an edge for the Reds. Now I have to raise the fact that Cade Horton currently has a streak of 17 and 2/3 scoreless innings. But once it gets broken, he could unravel. I have seen this scenario play out quite often in the past, where you have a pitcher that has 15, 20, 25 straight innings without allowing a run, but when he does allow one, he tends to lose his focus and he gives up multiple more runs to his opponents. And also, Andrew Abbott owns a perfect 3-0 lifetime career record against the Cubs, along with a very solid 2.30 ERA. So I do believe it is worth taking a shot on the Reds at plus 120 odds, or even if it's something like plus 110 or plus 115, it's good to me. All right, it's time for my second MLB selection for August 6th. This time I am opting for a player prop bet. I'm taking today's Toronto starter, Kevin Gausman, to record under 5.5 strikeouts in Colorado. As of now, the best current odds are minus 125 or 1.80 in decimal. Now, your bookie may have a line that's smaller than this. It could be minus 135, minus 140. And I view it as a 3-star play. I believe the ROI is around plus 3% in this situation. All right, so this year, let's pretend you would have made this bet in each of Kevin Gausman's 22 starts this season. By doing so, you would have accumulated 13 wins versus 9 losses. So it does not sound like a promising bet at first sight, but today he is pitching where? At Coors Field, a super hitter-friendly ballpark. And also, Gausman's confidence may not be super high following an off performance against Kansas City in his last appearance. In that game, he gave up 5 runs across 6 innings. So far this year, Gausman averages around 1 punch-out per inning. So for him to record at least 6 strikeouts, you are basically asking him to last at least 6 innings on the mound at Coors Field, which is not something that is very easy to do. I know that Colorado's offense is not that great, but if you look at their last 7 home contests, they have scored an average of 7 runs per game. So under such circumstances, it may not be that easy to stay 6 innings on the mound. So overall, I do believe we have some value on this play, and that's why I am opting for Gausman and under his strikeout total for today. So I expect him to get a maximum of 5 strikeouts against the Rockies. Let's take a quick break by seeing a quick video of me getting splashed in beautiful Curacao. All right, my third pick is the Athletics to prevail in Washington at odds that are around minus 130. This was close from being a 5-star play, a premium pick, but in the end, I've decided to go with a 4-star grade. All right, let's discuss this match a little bit. So the Ace ambushed Washington yesterday with a crushing 16-7 victory in the nation's capital. And this sets up the Athletics nicely to qualify under the blowout #1 betting system that I told you about yesterday. It basically recommends betting any team that won its last match by a margin of at least 8 runs if they are facing the same rival today. So since the Athletics won by a 9-run margin yesterday and they are facing the same opponent, we must bet the Athletics by following the system's rules. Yesterday, I told you how the Orioles and the Jays fit under this system. Both of them were winners, so it extended the system's 2025 profit to plus 3.85 units, and it also marked the 5th straight victory by that system. Well, the 4th and 5th straight victories. All right, so the Athletics have been in solid form lately. Recently, they swept a 4-game series at the Houston Astros, their division leaders. And during those 4 games, they outscored the Astros 32-7, which is stunning. Then the Athletics proceeded to win their series against a strong Seattle Mariners squad. Then they suffered a 2-1 series loss against the Arizona Diamondbacks. But overall, if you look at the A's last 11 contests, they have posted a nice 8-3 record. Meanwhile, the Nationals have been in terrible form, especially defensively speaking. Wait. I need a calculator to add up the runs allowed recently. Okay. What? 70 runs allowed over the last 6 games. So that's an average of 11.7. That's astounding and very, very shameful. Now, will it get any better today? I'm not so sure, with Cade Cavalli taking the mound for the Nationals. His only appearance in Major League Baseball occurred in 2022, and things did not go very well because he gave up 7 runs in 4 1/3 innings. But it gets even worse for Cavalli. If you are wondering, well, has he been doing well at AAA this season? The answer is no. If you look at his last 6 outings with Rochester, he has posted a 9.00 ERA. That's horrible. So the Athletics will counter with a more reliable hurler, Jeffrey Springs. His 4.00 ERA may not impress you at first, but a 1.17 whip stat is very solid. In fact, he's been very good in his last 2 starts, including squandering just 1 run to the Mariners while racking up an impressive 14 whiffs and 7 punch-outs. So those are all of the reasons why I am betting the Athletics money line for today in Washington. Up next, I am taking another underdog More precisely, I will back the Royals first half money line at plus 110 odds or 2.10 in decimal format. Granted, this is only a two-star selection. I feel like it has a slightly positive ROI of around plus 2%. So in this case, we have, well, this is certainly a brave bet given how red hot the Boston Red Sox have been lately. In fact, they have won 7 consecutive games, so it is hard to try to stop that train. And yet, I will be banking on the fact that Dustin May will disappoint his new fans after being traded by the Dodgers. Los Angeles lost patience with him after he collected a poor 4.85 ERA this season, even though he had been pretty good so far in his career. Now Michael Wacha gets the nod for the Royals. He was superb in his last start. He lasted 8 innings against the Blue Jays, giving up just 1 run across only 3 hits. And also, he issued no walk in that game. Also, one more argument supporting the Kansas City play is the fact that they fit under a betting strategy called the hot bats, which does not recommend many teams per season. Sorry. Let's read the system in itself, and then I will give more precision to you. So the hot bat system says fade the home team if they either won their last 2 games by scoring 6+ runs in each of those victories, or if they won their last 4 games by scoring 5+ runs in each of those victories. Now the last part here, winning 4 consecutive matches by putting at least 5 runs on the board in each of those games, does not happen super often, but that is the case here. Because if you take a look at Boston's recent schedule, they have scored 6, 8, 6, and 7 runs, all wins, so they easily fit under this system. So for this reason, my 4th selection is the Royals first half money line. By the way, I selected the first 5 innings. For it is only a matter of preference. If you prefer to go for the full game, that is okay as well. But I'm a bit scared of maybe the Royals doing well during the first half before losing late in the game against a red-hot club. So that is the reasoning behind this strategy here. If you prefer to go with the Royals full game money line, it's up to you. But my personal preference and my official free pick today is the first 5 innings money line. Alright, so there you go. You can see on your screen my 4 picks for today. And as I did yesterday, I will share with you one of my 5-star picks later today. I cannot tell you in advance at what time exactly. It really depends on when I find good value wagers. So it could be in late afternoon, it could be at 4 or 5 p.m. Maybe it will be earlier, I don't know. But at the latest, it should be 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Especially since we have a lot of afternoon games, it is likely to be earlier than this, but I just wanted to mentioning it to you. Alright, so this is Professor MJ. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you have not done it already. My number 1 goal is to grow your bankroll. I'm Professor MJ from Quebec City in Canada. I wish you a great day, and I'll see you soon for more MLB picks.